Hello Aries, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and here is your January tarot forecast. Welcome to my channel. I love having you guys here. Happy New Year, and let's get started. Let's jump right into it. It's the usual format. We're taking a look at your love life, your work career situation, and I'm gonna give you some advice from the universe. I'm also gonna pull a few cards with messages from your person to yourself. You know, if those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I'm a big enthusiast in terms of astrology and astronomy, and I'm actually going to be offering a few webinars and workshops and courses this year connected to it. So on the 8th of January, I'm doing a webinar on the North Node, which is about your mission, your calling, finding your path really, right? I will give information on what it means, how to work with that information. I'll give you some guidance on what specific sign and house would mean. And you can then find out very easily online what your North Node is if you don't know yet. And you can work with that information, or at least experiment and see how powerful it is. So that's going to be 8th of Jan. I will be posting a link under this reading, probably either the same day when I publish it or the next day. I will create an event that you can register for, and I will provide that information. Okay, and at the end of the month, I will do a workshop on personal astrology, so that will be a more extended version with Sun rising, with general kind of like situation in your chart and what different structures mean, how to get some info for yourself from it so you can move forward into your best version of yourself and your happiest life, right? That's the ultimate goal. And of course, don't forget to check out my website mindfulbamboo.com for the latest on my blog, not to miss any of the upcoming events. They're all in there. There's now a calendar with upcoming events. And of course, sign up for my newsletters because I'm going to be updating my audience on a weekly basis with everything that's going on, including my upcoming travel to Hawaii and my travel notes. I will have like a separate set of articles with some thoughts, observations, impressions for those of you who might be interested. All right, in the meantime, Aries, you've got the card number 42, Chop Wood. Chop wood essentially is about cleansing the space. Let me actually read this from the book. It's an interesting card. It's basically changing the space that you have, the energy that you have around you, into something more favorable. Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is a forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then having it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you even closer to what you seek, right? So this is not getting too attached to whatever your desire, your wish, your, New Year's resolution is, right? And this time is big on it, but it's important to not to get anxious about it, not to start losing hope about it, right? It's kind of like you send the message to the universe, let it be, and you can find your groundedness, your balance in simple things in life. And it's important to get to that state before you get what you want, because a lot of people have this thought process that they're going to be happy when that wish comes true, right? Essentially, the true manifestation process is you need to get to that energy first, and then the reality will match, right? The events will catch up. So yeah, it's important to find happiness in the moment where you are with the simple things, simple needs, simple chores that you do. Use it as your source of inspiration and as your meditation practice. Why not? Okay, let's see what we have with tarot here for Aries for the month of January. Okay, first card is the moon. We have full moon coming up on the 6th of January. This is Cancer energy. Then we have the Empress. She has Taurus and Libra, so you could be dealing with one of those signs, and Knight of Pentacles. Lots of Earth energy here. For your career space, we have 8 of Cups, Knight of Wands, another Knight, Ace of Swords. Ooh, I love this. The advice, we have the Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a Sag. 9 of Pentacles, and Death. I see Death so much in the readings for January. This is Scorpio energy, which is really Death in reverse. It's the major transformational energy. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit, not the major arcana. This is Virgo energy. Now, we didn't see any Aries, but you have a lot of major arcanas in this reading. Yeah, you have 4 and you have the 5th one at the bottom of the deck. So half of the cards are major arcanas. That means, and that doesn't surprise me that we see Death here in the kind of message from the universe space, because the universe is trying to tell you that there is a divine intervention in your life right now, and you are being prepared to big changes, big shifts in your consciousness and in your reality. That's why it's important to be in that receptivity energy that we talked about at the beginning with the chop wood card, right? Kind of be chill and be open to receiving what the universe is bringing to you. Otherwise, if you are very much focused on specific scenarios and how you want things to happen, then inevitably, if some other scenarios are going to be playing out, you will be unhappy. Although the important part is, of course, to remember that, you know, there's always a higher plan, and your higher power knows best what's good for you, right? So it's nice to have dreams, to have plans, to have needs and wants, but it's also important to surrender that to what the higher plan is, right? As long as it feels good, it feels like you're kind of going with the flow, right? That's the language of the divine for you. And all of these cards are pretty major, kind of major preparation, I would say, to that transformation, right? So I would say that what I'm getting here is the energetic transformation will start in January, but you may see the results of it later in February or maybe even in March. That's how huge it is. And it starts with the energy, right? Like I said, and then the outside will catch up. So this is, you're being prepared basically for this new stage. For some of you, it might be getting a family, becoming a mother, or just creating something new, right? It can be creative energy, artistic energy, writing a book, I don't know, recording an album, music album, whatever it is, right? Like you're on the verge of that big creation, whether it's pretty literal about having a baby, or it can be something more creative and more abstract. But that big energy is directly connected with this. I mean, this is the feminine energy, the Empress card, and the moon is actually about intuition and feminine energy. And regardless of whether this is a man or a woman watching, we all have feminine energy, and you're asked to deep into it and to connect to it, right? For that creative flow to keep happening, for you to be getting creative ideas and inspiration seamlessly without spending a lot of effort on it. And that's when the person, so Knight of Pentacles may not look like something, you know, someone, something, may not look like marriage material, let's call it that way, right? Someone that you need to, or you want to connect to for long term. But because they're Knight, they may not have the regalia, the statuses, the money that you would expect your significant other to have to build a successful life together. But they have a lot of potential, and most importantly, they have determination and they have faith in the goodness of people, in love, in kindness, in perseverance and hard work. The ultimate earth element energy, right? Knight of Pentacles is very determined to get to their goals, right? So this is a hint for you that whether this person's already in your life or they're going to show up very soon, do not ignore them, do not miss this opportunity just because the first impression may not be the most favorable. They may not look like your type or whatever that Mr. or Miss your dream life partner look like or feel like, or what they do or whatever, right? Give them a chance. And even if this is a very tempered relationship, they will bring in an important insight into your life, into your thought process around romantic relationship that will be important for the future, for when you're undergoing that transformation. Because that transformation is major. It's going to impact every aspect of your life. For the career space, we have Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Interesting that these two figures actually kind of looking at each other. So it's like, it's an interesting story. It's like a duality of, do I walk away or do I keep pushing forward, right? The ultimate choice. And you will be able to actually figure out what your truth looks like. Not what the perceived truth is like or what your boss is asking you to do in this situation, right? But what is your inner truth? What is your authentic feeling? What's your gut feeling on this, right? And moving forward depending on that. And it's not gonna be a simple, how do I call it? Simple algorithm, like if X happens, then you're supposed to do Y. No, life is not that simple, right? And there's so, like, you can't just generalize all the situations or people that way. Even if they look similar or familiar, so it's just bothering me. It's most likely going to be a different experience in some way to give you new knowledge, right? New impression, new feelings. So just be mindful of that and try to find your truth in whatever the situation is. And if you're really being honest with yourself and with your higher power, there will be a way to work it out gracefully with other people involved, right? Even if they're stubborn and they feel like you're supposed to go this way and you feel strongly that you're supposed to go this way, you will be able to carry that message across and to be able to go that way that you feel is right. Even if you'll have to leave them behind, right? That's going to be your Eight of Cups, possibly. But it's important to follow your truth, not to follow the crowd or the trend. It's interesting. Yeah, and so for the advice area, apart from the major transformation preparation that I was talking about, it's just kind of hard to prepare anyway. But one of the ways that the higher power is helping you is through balancing your energy, balancing yin and yang, masculine and feminine in yourself, balancing the passive and the active sides of you, wanting to move forward versus being kind of like stagnant and a little lazy, right? We all have those aspects of ourselves, and this is the point with like keeping them in harmony, so you're an integrated being and you can use the best of both worlds, so to speak, regardless of whether your prevailing energy is feminine or masculine. And the other part is balancing yourself in your 3D life as a result, right? Like getting into a harmonious and successful state without having a lot of external validation for it, or a lot of people in your life, right? Like in specific scenarios, like I'm married with kids. No, this is about, or I have lots of friends, I go out 5 nights a week, right? No, the Nine of Pentacles is asking us to find that happiness by ourselves. It doesn't mean that you have to be by yourself all the time, but this is about not needing other people or technology or whatever else distraction we have available these days to avoid being by yourselves, right? This is that intimate moment where you're supposed to get to know yourself better and to enjoy the company of yourself. Think about it that way, right? Okay, messages from your person to yourself. Messages for Aries from their person. Interesting reading. I'm doing the messages with the regular tarot deck, not the Hermit Tarot this time. I decided to do something different. I think I will take it to Hawaii with me, just taking a little break from that deck. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we have the Star and Two of Cups. Wow. And I'm immediately getting that your person feels like their destiny and their purpose in life is connected with this bond that the two of you have. This is so much bigger than just having, you know, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, a husband. This is like, yeah, this is next level up. This is that soul connection that is pushing you, well, it's pushing your person to become a better person. Right? And they're starting to see their full potential with you, and they sincerely hope that you feel the same way, that it's like that for you. And it's up to you how you want to show it to them. But yeah, that's why even if they're not telling you, I'm getting for some, they may not necessarily be really good with words, but they definitely feel that on the energetic level, how special this connection is for them. And that I'm also getting that they're never bored. It's never a dull day. It's not like they're never getting into that rut where it's like it feels like a, what's it called, a Groundhog Day, where it's like over and over the same day just repeats itself. No, it's always adventurous and always excited what comes next. Okay, I'm gonna leave you here, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you guys in my webinar. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very soon. Bye.